Did you know Julius Caesar was brutally assassinated? And what did ancient Rome really look like in its glory days? Let's journey through the past, the ancient Rome. Imagine walking the stone-paved streets of Rome, not today, but over 2,000 years ago. The Republic stands strong. Julius Caesar is rising. Senators conspire in the Curia. Gladiators train. Merchants shout. Welcome to Rome, around 50 BC. Let's take a walk. Our journey begins at the Forum Romanum, the beating heart of the Republic. Senators debate laws in the Curia. Merchants bargain under marble colonnades. Priests offer sacrifices before the Temple of Vesta. Right here, Julius Caesar once addressed the people, pushing for reforms and winning the hearts of the Roman citizens. But beneath the speeches, political tensions boil. The Forum wasn't just a political hub, but it was also for social media, courtroom, stock exchange, and temple, all in one. Leave the grandeur behind and follow me into the Subura, the gritty underbelly of Rome. This is where the working class lives. Bakers, blacksmiths, and even gladiators call this district home. Some of the greatest fighters came from neighborhoods like these. Others were slaves, captured in wars that Caesar himself led. Julius Caesar had just returned from his conquest in Gaul, bringing with him unimaginable wealth and thousands of prisoners who would fuel the games and labor. Want to rent an apartment in the Subura? Well, it was certainly cheap and dangerous. Fires and building collapses were common in these narrow alleys. Now we ascend the most sacred hill in Rome, the Capitoline. Atop it stands the Temple of Jupiter, King of the Gods. From here, Rome's power is both spiritual and symbolic. Julius Caesar would soon celebrate his triumphs here, parading prisoners and spoils through the streets up to the temple steps. Roman generals could only celebrate a triumph if they killed at least 5,000 enemies in a single campaign. Caesar? He did that many times. There's a famous story, one that captures the essence of Caesar's charisma and unshakable pride. At just 25 years old, long before he ruled Rome, Julius Caesar was kidnapped by pirates, but instead of fear, he met them with laughter. And in the end, he turned the whole thing around.
You're lucky, Roman. We'll let you live for 20 talents of silver.
20? That's insulting. Ask for 50. I'm worth at least that.
He wasn't bluffing. While waiting for the ransom, Caesar acted more like their commander than their captive.
Silence. I said listen, this is the best part.
He even joked that once he was free, he'd return to hunt them down and crucify them all.
Ha ha ha! You're funny, Roman.
He wasn't joking. They let him go after the ransom was paid. But Caesar? He wasn't done. He captured them all, took back the silver. And yes, he crucified every last one of them. To Caesar, it wasn't cruelty, it was justice. A warning that even back then, no one could touch Julius Caesar and walk away. We end our walk at the theatre of Pompey, built by Caesar's political rival, Pompey the Great. It's a place of laughter and leisure, but history had darker plans. Though the theatre was meant for performance, it became the stage for one of history's greatest betrayals. Julius Caesar stabbed 23 times by those he once called allies. The exact spot of Caesar's assassination is still debated, but it happened right here. Not in the Senate, but in a hall attached to this theatre. Though it would rise decades after Caesar's death, the Colosseum would come to symbolize Rome's lasting might, a stage where glory and bloodshed met beneath the roar of thousands. Long before the Colosseum echoed with steel and screams, Rome's thirst for blood was fed in wooden arenas. Here, legends were made. One such named Spiculus would rise from the dust to become a symbol of glory and brutality. From glory to bloodshed, from temples to tenements, Rome in the age of Caesar was alive with ambition, faith, and change. And though stones crumble, the echoes remain. Thanks for walking with us through ancient Rome.